The Oak Island team has discovered human bones deep underground, one from Europe and one from the Middle East after 200 years. The team's strategy involves digging deeper into history rather than just digging holes. They began by targeting Shaft 6, a spot that collapsed in the 1870s during one of the many failed treasure hunts. However, they were flooded out by a man-made flood tunnel, turning the operation into a soggy disaster. The first breakthrough came with RP-1, a 7-foot-wide shaft drilled just feet away from Shaft 6. They pulled out old iron straps, dated to the late 16th century, and a pipe stem, which pushed the timeline back an entire century. As RP-2 descended past 100 feet, things got weird in all the right ways, hitting wood, timbers cut with an adze, and a broken barrel stave. The team found the barrel piece, which fits the story like a glove. One of the original workers even claimed he found the top of a keg before the shaft caved in. Now the new team has the same evidence in their hands. The drilling process was complicated by the shaft's pressure sensors going crazy, signaling that the drill had hit something dense, possibly artificial. They pushed through it anyway, hitting what looked like the base of the old tunnel. There are still questions about the tunnel's integrity, the chests still buried, or whether the collapse scattered them. There could be more shafts hiding deeper traps waiting to ruin the next dig. The Oak Island team now has the tools, will, and a map that makes sense. Their strategy is tight, controlled, and calculated. No more random drills. They are triangulating every find, matching each artifact to a known event from the island's past and cross-referencing collapse zones with water intrusion points. The artifacts from RP-1 and RP-2 are undergoing lab analysis. The pipe stem might be Dutch, blowing the timeline wide open. Dutch traders were known for moving coins, spices, and weaponry in bulk, often stashed in barrels. The keg stave and pipe are evidence of movement, intent, and people with something to hide. As the team continues to work, locals are keeping tabs on the discovery, and old-timers who once rolled their eyes at the treasure hunt are showing up to watch the digs from a distance. People are starting to believe again, not just because of what the team says, but because the island is finally giving up. Oak Island, a mysterious island known for its cursed dirt, has been the site of a series of discoveries. The team discovered a softer, different type of bone, which turned out to be human bones. This discovery led to a shift in the theory surrounding the island's origins, with one set of bones coming from Europeans and the other from Middle Eastern origin. This revelation revealed that the island was inhabited by Templars, Crusaders, secret voyages across the Atlantic centuries before Columbus, and sacred artifacts buried under layers of booby traps and lies. The team expanded the dig radius around H8, scanning every inch with ground-penetrating radar, high-res borehole cameras, and soil cores tested and double-tested. While no more bodies surfaced, the artifacts did, including tools that didn't match colonial standards, ceramic fragments with burn patterns unfamiliar to any local process, and a rusted hilt twisted with time but unmistakably forged in a style that didn't belong. The cross, a tiny sliver of metal, had markings that blurred cultures and a secret handshake etched in metal. Experts clashed hard over it, with some believing it was a Crusader cross, others insisted it was Phoenician, and some even brought up early Coptic Christian influences. However, the deeper they dug into it, the more it looked like no one really knew. The dating results revealed that the money pit might have been a tomb, or prison, or both. Old records were torn apart again, with a small note sticking out. A foreign engineer named KM spoke broken English and drew maps filled with weird tunnel designs that didn't fit any British engineering model. The 90-foot stone, dismissed for decades as a fake, started making more sense when fed symbols through new AI-powered decryption software. Some characters resembled ancient Semitic scripts, close to Phoenician or early Hebrew, and the same tech flagged similarities with symbols used in secret Masonic lodges. The internet caught wind of the discovery, with message boards exploding, suggesting it was a hidden sect, a Templar tomb, or proof of pre-Columbian contact. People threw Atlantis back into the mix, but the core team ignored the static. Their boots were on the ground, their hands in the dirt. Oak Island, a mysterious island off the coast of Nova Scotia, has been the subject of a massive archaeological investigation. The team, led by a precision shaft, launched RP-3 to investigate the vault, which was believed to be guarding the main vault. The team discovered that the vault was not just hiding gold, but might have been hiding the truth. Isotope testing on the bones revealed more about the man's diet, heavy in coastal minerals, and trace elements matched areas near modern-day Lebanon. DNA sequencing also revealed mitochondrial lines pointing to ancestry along the eastern Mediterranean coast, not a sailor from Spain or a French settler. Religious scholars were brought in to discuss the possibility of a defector, a Templar who turned on his brothers, smuggled something west, and paid for it with his life. A strange medallion found near borehole F7 showed a faint outline of a figure holding a square and compass and a shard of what appeared to be ancient glass melted at one end. Lab tests confirmed it predated European settlement by at least 100 years. The team brought in linguists to analyze every marking, including the cross, the stone, and carvings in trees once dismissed as graffiti. Patterns emerged: geometry, ratios tied to celestial cycles, and old-world knowledge wrapped in symbols meant to be unreadable. This led to the question of whether Oak Island was not just a vault for treasure, but a message in a bottle meant for the future, a relay point, warning, or worse, a trap. As the team worked under round-the-clock surveillance, they were contacted by shadowy groups claiming to represent religious archives. One even offered to buy the bones, but never made it past the inbox. Every step closer unearthed something older, darker, and heavier, making the excavation of Oak Island an excavation of pain, decisions made in desperation, and secrets buried so deep that they warped the soil around them. One theory that keeps heating up is that the British Crown might have been in on this from the start. Back in 1762, after the British crushed Havana and scooped up massive amounts of treasure, there was only one thing to do: hide it. Halifax was right around the corner, a perfect staging ground for something sneaky. And if you follow the trails of movement, it leads right to Oak Island. Some records from that era have just vanished, not in a lost-in-the-attic kind of way, but rather shredded, burned, or buried by someone who wanted it gone forever. The Money Pit, a mysterious site in the Philippines, has been the site of a series of tunnels and traps that have been carved with purpose. Some believe these tunnels were built to protect ancient texts, relics, or proof of forbidden knowledge, which would flip history books upside down. As modern tech continues to dig deeper, the Oak Island team is discovering new things no one expected. Ground-penetrating radar has picked up hidden chambers, and scans have shown massive voids below the surface. Inside those hidden pockets, more items and confusion are found. One layer down, the team found stones arranged in a compass pattern, tools made of materials not common in that part of the world, and a chamber with walls lined in blackened clay. Every time they dig, the mystery grows. However, the deeper the crew digs, the more pushback they get. Funding disappears, equipment breaks, rumors swirl, and quiet visits from unknown people who ask too many questions and offer no answers. Surprising energy readings in some dig sites have spooked even the most experienced crew members. Some have walked away completely, saying the place gave them nightmares. Others report hearing noises underground, which could be echoes or something else entirely. Rituals might be part of the puzzle, as strange patterns of bones have been found. Carvings shaped like suns, moons, and stars have been uncovered, and some claim to have seen symbols matching ancient fertility or death rituals. The story isn't just buried treasure and creepy carvings, there's a bigger picture that might stretch across continents. Some researchers believe Oak Island was a hub, a node in a hidden map linking secret sites across the world. Even the land itself fights back with cave-ins, floods, and freak weather. There's something under Oak Island, something real, big enough for someone to bury it under layers of lies, traps, and centuries of silence.